given that only one state has been involved in this, and there are several players terminated, one should assume, I will guess, that it does spread to many other states, and the numbers are larger. You mentioned the integrity of the game. Why should people believe in the integrity of the game when, clearly, athletes are betting on games?
Well, I think the key point there is betting on our games, and that is, to me, it's a deal breaker if that is in fact proven to be true. So we'll deal with that when we get there. But I think, as we move forward, I think, at least in my opinion, it's been a learning process for me. It's probably time for new policies from the NCAA, and I think they already have addressed that. It's probably time to take another step. I think they came out with something early May, late April. I'm not sure that's aggressive enough based on the world we're living in. But everything's got to start there. That's not something you can, it's not a compromise or a negotiation. It starts there. So, and I would also suggest, based on the numbers I'm aware of, it's probably a pretty small number in terms of the big scheme of things, but it doesn't make it right, and there's no way you can condone that.
Noah Shannon, put it out there himself a few weeks ago. What's his status?
He's in a holding pattern like the other players. So, to my knowledge, no crime he hasn't been accused of any crimes, but he does have an NCAA issue to deal with, and we'll let it run out, see what the NCAA has to say about it. And I want to go back on that too, just to give you a little more. I know it's a really good example of this whole thing. It's given me a chance to step back and think about some things, and my wife's been involved in this. Noah's one of the best kids we have on our football team. He's a strong, respected leader, tremendous young person, and has been nothing, from my standpoint, than a model football player for us. I'm really proud of everything he's done. And I'm proud of the fact that he did come forward and say, I'm not sure I want to go to Indianapolis. I don't think it's right now, fair to our football team. And that gives you a little indication to his character, I think. And as I step back and look at it, just consider this. If we went out and rounded up every kid on campus who had a beer before they were 21, and I'm not saying it's the exact parallel, but I would suggest, betting was a big thing in the 80s. I remember the FBI presented that to us in team meetings. I would suggest it's probably a bigger thing right now, and all you have to do is look at your phones or watch TV and think you know what I'm talking about. So we're living in a whole different world. I think we have to ramp up our education. Me personally, probably have to do a better job there. And I would suggest there's probably going to be some modification in policies moving forward from the NCAA. I don't want to speak for them, but I would imagine that might be the case, just like the NFL. I think has a pretty realistic set of working roles, and I would like to see ours hopefully model theirs a little bit closer. That's just my 2 cents commentary.
How much